Scooby-Doo, it's everyone's favorite boomer and vintage lens enthusiast. On July 26, 2026, I went to the Motorama car show where their theme was 100 years of Pontiac. It's a classic car show. They had a bunch of hot rods and sedans and mostly American cars, but they had a smattering of foreign cars too. It was pretty cool. And I took this camera, the Sony Alpha 3000, which I got dirt cheap. And for a dirt cheap camera, you want to get 20 megapixels. It can't be beat. I used this lens, Canon lens FD 24mm 1 to 2.8, Canon lens made in Japan. It's on a, what's it on? Who made this adapter? KNF Concepts. FD lenses. This is a new FD because it doesn't have the chrome ring. You got to turn the whole lens to get it on and off. It's got this open and lock thing. If you want to take it off or on, you got to put it on open. Put the lens on, then you turn to lock. It's a little stiff, but it's not that stiff. There's no click stop. There's nothing to lock it on lock. So if it's in your gadget bag and you're fumbling around with it and say it's like that, then you're not going to be stopped down to the F number you want. And that's what happened to me. It was like that much. So even though I was stopped down I wanted to be stopped down to F11, it looks like it's only stopped down to F4 at 5.6. So I was using a super fast shutter speed, and I was using a really low ISO, like ISO 100 and 200. And I still got really good results. This thing is damn sharp. It's got really excellent color. Except that the depth of field was shallow, but mostly you didn't notice it. But I did notice halfway through. I said, "Oh my God, I'm an idiot! Look at this stuff!" And I went like that. But it's just as good as F4 as it is at F11. It's a fantastic lens. I think I bought this as like new. I mean, it's like new. There's like no wear on it. Or there's just a little. I might have done that, you know. But otherwise, it's super clean. And you know what? You know what these are going for today? I bought this quite a number of years ago when they were cheaper. I've seen a superstore in the city selling this in condition 9 for $250. This lens! Oh my God! I didn't spend the $250 for it. Maybe between 100 and 200. I got a good deal on it. It's an excellent lens. I could highly recommend it. You're going to see it in the photos. And this camera was dirt cheap. Oh, these went up. I paid $200 for this. Now, it just so happens that I have the Sony Alpha 5000, which is also 20 megapixel. I think it came after this. Yes, it came after this because it's 5000. This one has a electronic viewfinder and LCD screen. The 5000 did not have an electronic viewfinder, but it had an articulated LCD. And I really like that camera, and I got that for like $125, but that's a different story. If you want to get it cheap, this is a mirrorless camera, even though it looks like a DSLR. See, it's mirrorless. 20 megapixels, buy some cheap adapters, you're good to go. I can't recommend this enough. This lens combination. If you want to go walking around with this, you could shoot everything with this. And it's a telephoto lens in as much as you could crop and you're not going to lose any sharpness or definition. As long as you're in focus and you have a fast enough shutter speed so you don't get camera blur, you're good to go. It's an excellent combination. They're readily available. I'm sorry, but the prices are going up. You know, in fact, I bought another one because I have so many lenses and I want to have lenses on it and just grab something and go. And since I have twin Alpha 3000s, I also have the Dokina 24mm f2.8, the RC, and an F mount, Nikon F mount. So I had an F mount adapter. I put it on my twin Alpha 3000. I went to the same car show. Now remember, this slideshow that we're going to look at is the Canon FD 24mm f2.8. And as a companion video, there's going to be the Tokina RC 24mm f2.8. And they're readily available for like $50 or less in excellent, like new condition. And you know what? They're that close. They're that fucking close. I have to give this to Edge because I'm a Canon guy. But if you don't have $250 to spend and you want to get like a vintage lens and play with it, I could recommend the Tokina also. But let's just look at this slideshow and you can see for yourself. And don't forget to look at the one for the Tokina. One of the most important things I forgot to mention about my sample of the Canon FD 24mm f2.8 is that the focusing mechanism is perfect also. Not only does it look brand new and the optics are super clean, but the focusing ring is silky smooth with no backlash. You see, this is the new FD, the one without the silver ring in the back for locking it onto the camera. They went cheap with plastic. They made this great optic and it was well engineered, but they used plastic bushings. Apparently, after so many back and forths, the plastic bushings wear out. And there's so many samples like that. Oh, some work perfectly good with the backlash, but it makes it awful hard to find focus when you go back and forth and you got a little slop in it. So mine has no play in the focusing ring. I think I got it at KEH, I don't remember. But I recently seen it at a superstore in the city in a condition 9 for $249.99. This is in 2026. I spent nowhere near as that for this lens. Used gear went up so much. So I went to the Motorama car show. It was in the North Haledon High School parking lot. They have a grassy knoll. I parked in the parking lot, but they had like a big grassy field. And these are all the cars that were there. I got there at 8 p.m. This is their opening. They paid my $5. I walk into the field. Cars are still pulling in. That's the way I like it. I like to see some action, people pulling in. And you got to keep your wits about you to make sure you don't get driven over too, because there are a lot of old farts there. I'm an old fart. I'm a boomer. I mean, there are even worse boomers than I am. So, I walked around for 2 hours. That's not too bad. I mean, I didn't sprint around. I wasn't playing baseball like some of the young guys in the baseball diamond were. They made some of the cars move in case there was a pop fly over the fence. It would crack your windshield or dent your hood. So there was that activity too. A Ford Mustang. How come they call them Stangs? How come they don't call them Musts? You know, I always wondered about that. Man, back in the olden days, everything was chrome. Look at that chrome, like a funhouse mirror. You know. Now all these cars were renovated. That's not the original chrome. Because I talked to people. I said, where the hell did you get this? He goes, oh, it wasn't like that when I got it. I fixed it all up. Some people bought them that way. But a lot of these cars are heavy-duty restored. Not only the bodies, but they pop the hood and you see the engines all got chrome valve covers and the alternator and all that great. The starter is all chromed and everything. So people got bucks. They had food court there. There's some food trucks drove in, and there's a big long line. And one guy goes, "Oh, I want to get a burger," but you know, someone told me they're $15 each. I guess the sausage sandwiches are like 20. So I got to complain to the mayor. I said, "But you don't know what this venue is charging those guys for the spot. What if it's $1,000 to park his truck there? He's got to sell 6.6. We'll call it 7 people to get $100." So that means he's got to sell 70 people hamburgers before he could clear the permit, you know, the spot. I mean, I'm sure it was $1,000. So, you know, there's that. I didn't buy anything because I'm too cheap. Even $5. I usually go to shows that are cheap. Now, look at the work that this lens is doing. It's fantastic. See, some of them say 1:1 crop. I took a 1920 by 1080, which is 2 megapixels, out of 20 megapixels. And it is sweet. As long as you focus it. Of course, if it's on a mirrorless camera, you're using, the live view magnifier 5 or 10x, it's going to be beautiful. There's 1-to-1 crop for you right now. Look at that. Unbelievable. I mean, it's a fantastic lens, and it has this great rich color. Now, I was shooting wide open, well, f4 at 5.6, because of the stupid adapter. When you push it to rotate the ring to lock, it doesn't lock. Oh, it functions in that position, but you could casually just move it with your finger while you're focusing or changing the aperture or something. So, but f4 at 5.6, I think it's better than f11. I mean, if you don't need a depth of field, shoot it wide open. And then you get some of that bokeh. It helps isolate your subject. Say you want a car and it's 50 feet away at f4, the far trees, they would be blurry, so it would help isolate your car. I'm just saying. It's a fantastic lens. A fantastic lens. It's beautiful. Whatever money I'm guessing I paid $150 for it, maybe less. Because I was always looking for the bargains, right? Always looking for the bargains. And now I see what these lenses are going for. That means if I had to sell it to a middleman, I could probably get $150 for it. I could get my money back. And that guy, he could charge, I could make $100 on it. And I know I could get the money because that's how great conditions it's in. Considering that the last one was made in 1986 or something like that, which is like 40 years ago. Red was a popular color, without a doubt. And orange. Red, orange, and blue. Oh, what flags are red, orange, and blue, or any combination thereof? A lot of blacks. Some whites. And some pumpkin colors. That was popular back in the 80s. Pumpkin colored cars. These big old boats. Oh, a Studebaker, look at that. Yeah, there's one Studebaker there. I've seen this guy around, but he's not at every show. This isn't the one that had the front looks like the back, or the back looks like the front. I guess it was a different model. And the paint jobs all had deep mirror finish. Or, especially the black ones. I like it when an orange car parked next to a black car, because then you can get the reflections of it. Look at this lens. This is a fantastic lens. That's a 1-to-1 crop. It's a beautiful lens. Now, they're all optically good. You're just going to get one that's more cosmetically pleasing to the eye, and the optics will be cleaner, and the focusing ring won't be sloppy. But even a grungy one will produce similar results. They're really excellent lenses. I mean, if you're brave enough, you could buy a lens wrench, and then if you buy a cheap one that's got like dirt inside, you can take it apart and put it back together, and so you could get one of these like for $50. Of course, maybe it'll look ratty and the focusing ring will be loose, but it'll still have the same optical quality. They were consistent. Oh, and if you get a bad one, that means that particular lens that you bought is probably, the whole series is bad. Because I've seen that with Canon. They make 1 or 2 bad lenses, and they're just typically, well, not bad, but typically mediocre. It's that you say, oh, this is a Canon lens. But the Canon FD 24mm f2.8 is a fantastic lens. Oh, it's a great lens. I mean, it captured the essence of these cars. And people are totally into it at these car shows, too. Look at that, look at that. That's amazing. Now, this lens is beautiful. Oh, and this is the show piece. When's the last cars that came in? Now, there's a companion video to this where I went to the same car show with a twin camera, and I did the Tokina 24mm 2.8. So don't forget to check that out, and you can compare them.